Hey, good morning. It's Monday morning, February 8th. And today I wanted to talk to you about something that's starting to kind of change the way we market. And that is not looking for just traffic, but looking for trends. Because trends indicate what your customer base is looking for. And it's basically what the search engines are looking for. And anybody that's been in internet marketing for a while knows that, Facebook and Google and Bing and all of these major search engines are always changing their algorithms. And so the methods that you're using today for what they call SEO or search engine optimization are not going to be the same methods that you're going to be using tomorrow to get the same information. And so I've brought my laptop today because there's just a ton of information. I'm going to try to just highlight a couple of trends that you need to look for in your marketing. Because if all you're doing is going out and buying traffic, you're missing the big picture, because traffic, you're just getting a general number of names or addresses. And if you really want to cater your marketing, you need to be on the search engines, and you need to be figuring out what the trends are. What are people searching for? How are they searching for it? What are the keywords and things like that they're using? And so a couple of things that are happening right now, on a monthly basis, there's over 12 billion searches in just the US alone on search engines, 12 billion searches. And while Google is the biggest search engine, amazingly enough, YouTube is starting to grow too, because people don't want to just read information. They want to have a video. They want to see a video. The heating element in my dryer just went out the other day. So I jumped on YouTube and I was looking for somebody that had done a YouTube to give me some information, some self-help DIY information on how do I figure out what broke in my dryer. Was it a blown fuse? Is it a leak? What's going on in the dryer? And so I found a couple of videos, and I was able to pull apart the dryer and figure out what was wrong with it. So don't limit yourself to just the general search engines that we talk about with Google, Facebook, Yahoo, Bing, things like that. Think about YouTube. Think about some non-traditional search engines also. But one of the big trends, the number one trend that's happening right now, is people are starting to move away, or search engines moving away from this keyword search and search rankings. And what that means is it's based on basically the devices that they're using. It used to be that desktops was the predominant method of surfing the internet. Then it moved to laptops. Now we're moving to cell phones. More people are surfing the internet on their cell phones than they are on any other device. Cell phones are mini computers in these days. And because of that, you have to look at how people are doing the searching. What are they using on their devices? They're saying that 54% of millennials use search engines on their smartphones, while people in their 50s still prefer to use search on their PCs. And so you're going to see, as the millennials grow up, and as you start working more and more in that dimension or with that demographic as your customer base, you're going to have to modify how you market. Trend number two is increasing the importance of social signals. Now, what's a social signal? I think everybody knows what a Facebook like is, or a tweet like, or a share, or something like that. And so the more likes and the more shares that you get on multiple social media platforms, the more relevant your content is. And when your content is relevant, you have a broader base of customer base, a broader base of touching people. Because Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and these folks will see that your content is more relevant, is more important, is more liked, and therefore they will share it with more people. And the trend is now with a lot of these social media platforms is they're only going to show media to people that is trending, that has a high number of hits or clicks on it, because they want the customers to have a good user experience. And so if your content isn't getting the traffic that it should, your content is going to get buried and it's not going to get shown to your customer base organically. And you can go pay for the advertising to have your content shown to individuals. But for organic stuff, you've got to make sure that your content's relevant. Otherwise, people aren't going to see it, because Facebook's only going to show you relevant content. I don't know if you realize that, but Facebook is editing your news feed based on relevancy. Trend number 3, increasing the value of earned links. Now, what's an earned link? An earned link is something that you don't already own. So for instance, if you have a blog and a YouTube channel and you cross-link those two, those are owned links because you own both of those platforms. An earned link is one where other people link to your content. So when people start to share your content, or when people throw a link onto Twitter for your Facebook article or for your blogging article or things like that, those are earned links because you are now being linked to somebody else's content. Especially if you do like guest blogging or something like that on someone else's blog and they cross-link into your blog, then you're getting an earned link. It's not something you paid for, it's not something that you already own, it's an earned link. And those earned links are starting to become more and more relevant to search rankings, search engine rankings. And so you need to look at that. The other thing too is there's a larger focus on what they call broken link building. There's a gentleman by the name of Moz that talks about it in the Link Building Bible, and he says, broken link building may perhaps be the most effective white hat link building strategy in years. In particular, broken link building is appealing because the success of the campaign is directly proportional to how much good you do for the web. So what happens is when people cross-link into your content and they find out that your content is no longer relevant, they might delete that link. And so someone clicks on it and it goes to a 404 bad page not found, or an invalid page or something like that. And so your link is now dead. And when that broken link occurs, you're losing the value that you could get with customers clicking on that link. And so broken link building is the most effective and the safest way to improve your search performance without raising a red flag for the search engines. So you need to think about that. Trend number 5, brand mentions and co-citations will impact search performance. And what they're saying is this is kind of building a link within links, or without links rather. It's not something that SEO or Google is really has asked anybody to do. But what is happening, it's a trend because it has to do with some of the platforms that have been rolled out. So, for instance, the Google Penguin update and the anti-spam update. And so what they're doing is they're devaluating low quality links. And so you have to start paying attention to the domain and the page strengths of your incoming links, and your co-citations become extremely popular. And what is it? It's a new way to amplify the power of your links without direct linking. Now, I don't want to go into much more on these 5 trends because the video is just going to end up being way too long. You're going to be bored. If you want to know more about these trends and some of the things that are happening in the world of SEO, search engine optimization, then you can go to my blog article. There's a link at the bottom of the video. You can also look for my daily online video tips. I have a link for those because this is one of them. I also have a link down below for my live traffic strategies that I do every Tuesday and Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. You can come on there and you can learn about Twitter advertising, Facebook advertising, solo ad advertising, YouTube advertising. I'm going to be doing those live training seminars for at least the next month and probably longer than that if they become popular. And you can also, if you'd like to get on board with me in this internet marketing journey, there's a link down below where you can apply for your 6-figure strategy session, and we'll sit down and we'll talk about what your goals are, why you want to get into internet marketing, or if you're already into internet marketing, what you need to do to be able to take your marketing to the next level. That 6-figure strategy session is free. You know, it's 30 minutes to an hour. You just need to fill out the application, tell me where you're at in your business or in your life, and where you want to go with your business or your life, and we can either help you get started in a business or help you grow your business. So, D. Scott Lofthouse coming to you from Anchorage, Alaska. I thank you very much for watching my video, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.